Excellent. Right, on our feet for the warm-up. Let's get going. Right then, let's get started. Let's find our grounding. Place the feet down. So hip distance, bring them together, turn out the toes, turn out the heels. Rocking backwards and forward on the feet, lifting the toes, lifting the heels. And then slowing it down and placing down the feet nice and firmly. Spread the toes, place the weight right the way through the feet, all the way down to the ground. Imagine that piece of string pulling and lengthening, nice and tall. Taking the shoulders, rolling them back and down the back, sliding them down there. And we're ready to get started. So we're going to start with shoulder rolls, focusing on just the shoulder sockets to start with. So just drawing the shoulders forward across the chest, rolling up towards the ears, back, and sliding those shoulder blades down the back to finish that movement. So rolling forward across the chest, up towards the ears, back as far as they'll go, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lower them down, roll forward. Good job. Then we add the elbows in as well, just to increase that range of movement. Start to move through the arms as well. Good job. Keeping the knees nice and soft to help you keep that balance. Moving even bigger. And then we move into the full arm circles. So allow the whole of the shoulder socket to open and move as we reach down, reach forward, stretch up above us, reach back and circle. Last one here, stretch, reach and relax, and then back to the sockets, this time bringing it forward and then back and up, forward, open up the chest, back up over to the ears, and then bringing those elbows in as well. Making sure that both of the arms are working in parallel. Don't let one side lead before the other. Good job. Another one there. And then circle, nice and slowly. Waking everything up, stretching and releasing. Last one, stretch and reach and bring the hands down. Well done. Now we're moving on to the legs. We're going to step forward with one leg and reach forward from the back leg. So stepping forward, place the hands on the thigh. Keep the upper body nice and tall. Push forward with the hips. And we're pulling away from that back heel. As we push forward, bend through that front knee. Stretch through that calf muscle, right the way up through to the back of the thigh, just gently stretching and waking up. Switch to the other side. Step forward, push through that front knee, pushing it forward, pushing the hips forward to pull away from that back heel. Good job. And then to the side this time. So bend the knee forward, keeping both of the feet facing forward. Hands onto the hips to help you with the balance. Again, keep the upper body nice and straight. Don't bend over. Keep it up. Sit and place the weight through that knee. So you get that lovely stretch all the way through the inside of the leg. Release to center and over to the other side. Stretch. Hold it there. And then we're going to move into our side bends. From here, we reach up and over with one hand, stretch down with the other into that side bend. Then we extend and lengthen through the middle, and then up and over to the other side. So always keep those side bends coming right over the body. Don't tip and twist forward here. Right above you, extend and lengthen. So imagine that you're squeezed between two panes of glass, one directly in front of you and one directly behind, to keep yourself wedged there. Extend and lengthen in the middle. Last one here, stretch and reach over. And lengthen, good job. Right, grabbing your cans. So we're going to use the cans for that extra little bit of weight work if you want to. Any trouble, too much trouble with the wrists or the shoulders, and it's too much, then just leave them out and do the exercises without. So we're going to start with the bicep curl, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit. So we're tucking the elbows into the body. So we keep the elbows into the body, because if we bring them out here, then the shoulders are going to do the lifting. We're going to tuck them into the body, so the bicep, this upper arm here, is doing the work. As we gently draw them up towards the shoulder and control and lower. So make sure the neck is nice and lengthened, the knees are soft to support, and the shoulders are relaxed. Make sure you've got a hold of the cans nice and tight, and you can feel those arm muscles switched on, and keep them switched on to come up, keep them switched on to bring the weights back down. Keep them engaged at all times so that you work the muscles in both directions. That's really important. And make sure that both the cans are coming up together at the same time. Again, we're trying to work and build the body equally on both sides, and trying to counter work against the fact that we often end up with one side much stronger than the other. Good job here. Lovely. Now we're going to bring the cans, we're going to face them forward at the shoulders, and we're going to extend up. Okay, so directly up, push, 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 stretch and relax through the shoulders to lower back down, back to the shoulder. And again, push, 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 stretch, lower, back down, and again, push. And control that lower, feel that control it needs to have to be able to return those cans together, directly back to the shoulders. One more here, extend and lengthen, push and hold here. Now we're going to bring the cans inwards onto the shoulders and extend the elbows out to the side. Again, keep the shoulders relaxed so that they can move. And then we're going to lengthen out to the sides. There we are. Nice Popeye move there. Extend and lengthen. Control, nice and slowly. Nice and gently. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed and down. Don't tense. Good job. One more here. And extend, keep them extended, turn the cans to face downwards, and then we're going to draw down in front of us, relax those shoulders, tap in front of the body, and then squeeze and lift and extend to the sides. And again, lower and touch, lift and extend. Good job. There we go. One more here. Then we're going to move into our squat. So lift and lower, and we're going to move into our squat. So again, it's up to you how far you squat down, and you might want to challenge yourself a little bit more and hold that squat a little bit longer, but it's entirely up to you, okay? So when you're ready, remember with the squat, feet at hip distance. Bottom is sitting down on a chair. So we're placing the bottom to sit down on a chair. It might be a little squat, it might be a deeper squat. And helping you out here is lengthening and extending those arms with the weights. If you can, just pop the weights down if it doesn't suit. Hold for a little while if you can, and then squeeze the core to support as you come back up to standing. So keep that core engagement. Draw that tummy in, draw that pelvic floor. Place the bottom down onto the chair. Extend those arms. Hold it if you can, but work to your own level to work through those leg muscles, working those arms at the same time. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 2 more here if you can. Down, lengthen through the back, make it nice and long. Keep it nice and supported using that core engagement. Keep that tummy drawn in to support. Last one here. Hold if you can. And release. Good job, well done. We're going to move straight into the balance. So we're going to use the weights again to help us with the balance. We're going to step back with one foot. The supporting leg is nice and softened, nice and grounded. Taking one leg behind us, we're going to lengthen and extend in a straight line. Make sure these hips don't twist and open, keeping them in a nice straight line. Then bring the cans either just forward, or if you want to, you can lengthen and bring them up to the ears. Extend nice and long above you. Hold it there. Just going to show you the hand position as well. And lower. And over to the other side. Make sure that base is nice and grounded first. Lengthen that back leg, keeping those hips placed forward. Stretch and lengthen. If you find the balance is tricky, just let that back toe come down and then reset and come again. And then lower, reset and come again. Try and make the hold a little bit longer each time. Good job. Lower down, place the cans down, they're going to come upright this time. Standing behind the cans, again, we're going to challenge that balance a little bit more. If you find the balance really tricky, you might want to bring the cans back so you've got somewhere you can hold on to help you with this one, just to touch the wall or the sofa. Okay, so we're going to use it for a toe dip. Engage the core, transfer the weight to one leg, and then pop one toe onto the can. And then we're just gently going to bring the foot up to right angle in the knee, and then dip it back down to the can, and then back up to right angles. Nice and slowly, nice and carefully. So hands either side, or as I say, if you need to, just a little bit of support, just holding on to something, that's absolutely fine. And then just try and take the fingertips away as you build the confidence and challenge yourself. Okay, up to right angles, dip the toe onto the can, and then return. Lovely. Switch feet to the other side. I'm just going to do the side view so you've got that as well. Transfer the weight to one side. Place the toe and then draw up to right angles. And then dip and raise. Keep that core engaged to support you. Keep those hands out and keep an eye on something in the mid distance that isn't moving. Will all help you with the balance. Last one here, lower and come down. Well done. Take the cans and pop them to one side. Then they're ready for dinner later. Good job. So we're coming to the end of the mat to roll up, to come down onto the mat. So end of the mat, feet at hip distance. Knees nice and soft, nice and grounded. Shoulders rolled back and down, neck lengthened up and away. Breath in, engage. Exhale, chin to chest, shoulders roll forward. Slowly roll down. Take your time with this first one. Keep those knees a gentle bend in them at all times. Allow the head to relax down. Allow the arms to hang freely and to stretch right the way from the back of the heels over the body and right the way down to the fingertips. And just hold it here for a moment. Enjoy that stretch, waking up the spine. Then it's a breath in, engage, draw the tummy muscles in, and use them to support the spine as we slowly roll back up, focusing on that spine, replacing one vertebrae at a time like building blocks. Finally, shoulders back and down, neck lengthened up and away. And again, breath in, engage, draw the tummy in, draw the pelvic floor in, keep them gently squeezed as we roll back down again. Stretch, relax the arms, relax the head as we allow it to lengthen through the back of the legs and across and over the spine. Good job. Enjoy that lovely stretch before we come down onto the mat. So walk the hands forward. Bring the knees down to hip distance, lift gap in the middle, and onto all fours. Quick cat stretch here. So breath in, engage, lower the head, push the spine up towards the ceiling. Stretch through and then lengthen. Push the hips back and the top of the head forward to get that lovely flat back position. Lengthen right the way through the spine. Ready to go again. Breath in, engage. Head lowers, spine arches up. And lengthen to that lovely flat back. Relax the shoulders, keep the core engaged. Hold it there. Good job. Now we're going to sit back and then make our way down onto the floor, ready to set up on the floor. So from here, we're going to start with aligning our pelvis. So the feet are at hip distance apart. The shoulders are relaxed. The arms are down beside you on the mat here. We're going to start with waking up the pelvis. So we're gently going to rock just the pelvis backwards and forwards, tilting and pushing the spine, exaggerating the curve of the lumbar spine as you push it down into the mat, and then allow it to arch away that lower back as you come back up. So just gently rolling backwards and forwards. Good job. Really important to wake up the lower spine. 4 or 5 of those lower vertebrae often end up fused together and working together as a whole bunch. And it's really important to mobilize and separate them and to strengthen the muscles between them so that we can help them to work independently and therefore be stronger and less prone to injury. As we slow down those pelvic tilts, we want to imagine that we've got a compass on our tummy. In order for the compass to work, we need to make sure it's not tilting to the north or to the south. It needs to be totally flat. So slow that curve down until finally the tummy is flat. The compass is level. And the lower spine is in neutral, so halfway between flat on the mat and fully arched, a gentle curve, that's our neutral spine. Now we're going to relax the shoulders, we're going to stabilize them. So to do that, we're gently going to draw the shoulders up to the ears with an inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to draw them down underneath us, tucking our shoulder blades down as if they're heading towards the back of our jeans pockets. As far down as they'll go, and then relax the body down on top to hold them relaxed down there. Let's switch on those abdominals. So put on a nice tight pair of jeans for me. Let's do up that belt and let's tighten it to start with, gently just drawing the belly button in towards the spine and tighten it all the way to notch number 10. Squeeze and hold the belly button to the spine as tight as you can. While you're doing that and holding that squeeze, I want you to breathe. So the lungs are above the abs here. So we can still take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's important to do this because we find over time that we get used to breathing out and relaxing our tummy muscles out. The tummy can stay engaged and strong while we breathe out. We don't need that combination. So deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good job. Now relax and go to notch number 5 on the belt. A gentle squeeze, a little bit easier this one. Keep going with that breathing practice. As you breathe out, exhale up from the lungs rather than relaxing out through the tummy. And finally, relax the tummy and then just draw in gently to notch number 3 on the belt. There we go. That's where we want the belt to be. Now we're going to zip up. So I want you to draw up, zipping up the muscles inside, engaging that pelvic floor. Bring it all the way up to level 10 to start with. And relax. And then level 5, a gentle squeeze and hold. And relax. And finally, level 3. Squeeze and hold there. Squeeze and hold that tummy to level 3. And we're ready to go. With the hands relaxed down by the side of us on the mat, they're our anchor point here. We're going to move into that single leg lift. So keeping that core engagement, deep breath in. As we exhale, we draw up the leg to right angle knee. So we're going to move, lowering the leg down towards the mat, but it's important that we start up high first to switch on the lower abdominals, and as we lower, we're going to move up the abs and increase the workload on the spine. But don't go too low too quick. Start with these upper ones. So breath in, engage. Exhale, slowly lower the foot just a little way here and then return. Keeping that right angle knee directly above the hip. And lower again and bring it up. I want you to imagine as we keep working and lowering that the foot's on a little cloud and it's just gently floating down and then gently floating back up. It's a nice flowing movement. It's not jarring or sharp at all. Keep that imaginary tennis ball wedged behind the knee. If we keep our tennis ball here, we can't close the leg here and we can't open or the ball will fall away. So we keep it in that right angle. And we slowly lower a little bit more each time towards the mat, but we never touch the mat. So even when we're in that lowest position, we're hovering just above the mat and then return. Good job. This time we are going to lower all the way down to the floor as we get ready to set up on the other side. As we come down, make sure the feet are square again before you lift on the other side. Breath in, engage. Exhale, draw up to right angle knee. Breath in, engage, exhale to lower. And return. Inhale to prepare again. Exhale to move. Keep an eye on the supporting leg. This is your anchor leg. It mustn't move at all. So often, sometimes the leg will start to move out to the side. This knee will start to drift out. Keep it square. Keep it in direct alignment with the hip. Keep it as a nice, solid anchor as we lift and lower the other leg. You can feel the abs working. You can feel the leg working here. Nice, gentle flow exercise to start with. And the lower spine is really starting to work and engage here and strengthening as well. Good job. One more here. Lower just above the floor and return. And then this time you're allowed to lower all the way to the floor and bring it down. Well done. Then we're going to go straight into our single leg circles. We've got the setup ready, so we're ready to go straight in. So this time we're going to bring the leg up to right angle. Start again with the opposite leg. So your level 1 option is to have the fingertips on the knee and keep the right angle in the knee. And then gently circle just above the hip, a nice small circle just above the hip there, okay? That's your level 1 option. Your level 2 option is to extend and lengthen. So keep the toe nice and pointed, make sure the leg is placed. Thighs are opposite each other, so the legs are nice and level. From here, we're going to circle. So place a little pencil between the toes and imagine that you're drawing a plate, just the size of a normal dinner plate, depending on the size of your appetite, of course, up on the wall diagonally opposite you. So again, this is about control, this is about precision. Take it slowly, take it carefully. So here we're working the hip flexor muscle here, that supports the pelvis, and it also runs through and across the knee muscles there to support as well. So gently circle, take it in the opposite direction now. So this is all about control of that leg. That extended leg is much harder to control than the bent leg. So choose a level that works for you and then build up over time. Don't just jump straight in, otherwise that hip flexor won't be ready to really strengthen. Keep an eye on this supporting leg, don't let it circle as well. Often the knee wants to roll with you. Keep it as that anchor. Hold it there. Back to right angles if you aren't there already, and then place it back down. Good job. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Right angle if you want to. I'll demo the right angle knee now. Lengthen and extend if you want to for the level 2. So here, make sure the shoulder is relaxed, the arm is relaxed, the fingertips are just placed on the knee, just to help us guide, just to help for a little bit of support. So this time the pencil is pointing up from the knee, up towards the ceiling directly above you. And again, it's really important to make sure that the size of the circle is no bigger than a dinner plate. And then it's central to the hip. So from the hip bone, we're circling around. So taking the knee down, out to the side, just a little above and round. Good job. So either level, take your time. Keep that supporting leg nice and strong and still. And take it in the opposite direction now. If you're working with the right angle knee, make sure the shin stays parallel. Don't let the foot drop here or stretch away. Keep it parallel to the ceiling as we circle. Keep the shoulders and the neck relaxed. And when you're feeling confident with this move, you can also take that finger away and work with that leg independently. You choose the level. Whichever place you're at now, bring it back to right angle and then lower it back down to the floor. And then from here, bring both of the knees up into the chest and give them a good hug. Well done. Good work. So we're going to take that hip flexor work just to one more level. Now we're going to work on mobility of the hips as we work on the knee lift. So stay in start position, feet come back to hip distance on the mat. And then we're going to work on the knee lift. So again, you've got a couple of options here, depending on where you're at. Okay, so you can start with just the pelvic lift. Now, this isn't the tilt that we use in the bridge where we're curling up. This is a lift directly up. So imagine you've got a sling around the hips and we're lifting in a nice straight line directly up and down. Without the knee lifted, which is your level 1, the movement won't be very big, okay? It's not a big movement. It's a gentle engage, lift, up, and place back down and lower. And again, just the hips pushing up and lower. That's your level 1. Carry on with that level if you're happy with that. Level 2, bring that right leg up that right angled knee. Now this knee is trying to go straight up, to draw up that hip nice and straight. So breath in, engage, relax through those shoulders, lift and extend, and lower. Again, it's not a big movement, this one. So this one is about flex and mobilizing the hip flexors. And you'll notice that each hip flexor on each side of the hip pelvis is doing something different. So this side with the lifted leg is stabilizing and holding that right angle position. And the other one is stretching and tilting to allow the other leg to lift. So straight up, lift and lower. Again, with all of our exercises, make sure that you're working in both directions. Don't lift and then just relax back down. Place the hips back down where you want them. Place the weight through, lift, and then place, slowly place it back down. One more here, lift and lower, and then bring the leg down if you've got it raised. Reset to make sure the feet are still at hip distance before we transfer to the other side. Same again on the other side. So maybe just the hip lift while you're working, while you're building your strength and mobilizing that hip. Or maybe you're on that level 2 and drawing that knee up. But again, don't go too far too soon. Take your time to build up the strength. We'll be here with this exercise for a couple more weeks, so you've got time to build it up. Lift and lower. Either way, make sure those hips are going straight up and control back down again. Again, make sure the supporting knee is staying nice and concrete, nice and square. Don't let the knee drift out to the side to help you. Keep it in alignment. Often the knee likes to drift out to the side because that's where the glutes can help take over. But for most of us, the glutes are pretty strong all by themselves, and we want to work the supporting muscles around them. Last one here, push and lower, and then bringing it down to the floor and moving into a full body stretch, nice and long, legs out long, arms out long, stretch and reach. And relax here. Just take a minute here. Just catch your breath. Really nice little flow of 3 different exercises working through the abs, the lower back, and right the way through those hip flexors and legs. Well done. Now from here, we're going to move and do some upper body work. And we're going to work on those obliques with a side bend. So we've got a couple of options here, but you're coming onto your side ultimately. So we're coming up, making sure that the spine is in a nice straight line. We've got the feet in alignment with the hips, the spine nice and straight and lengthened with the neck, and then the shoulder directly above the elbow, the forearm nice and straight here, and the top hand just gently placed with the fingertips onto the mat here. So your level 1 with the knees bent forward is to keep the knees together and just to lift from here. So we're going to imagine that we've got a lovely wide belt around our middle and we're lifting from the waistband of our leggings up here. Don't push with the hip here, we're lifting with the waistband. So we're working the obliques now, these muscles up the side, these waist hugging muscles, okay? Really important muscles, really good support, often get a little bit weaker. So now we're going to lift. So we're gently lifting on this side. We're going to squeeze this oblique to lift the hips up in a nice straight line up towards the ceiling and lower. So your level 1 is keeping the knees bent. Breath in, engage, exhale, gently lift the hips just a little way and place them back down. And again, breath in, lift, and control and lower. It's a very small lift, just a small movement. Your next option is to place that top leg and to really anchor the ankle into the curve of the ankle of the leg underneath, okay, to place it down. That will give you a little bit more movement here, a little bit more lift. As you're coming higher, you might want this hand to come up with you. So breath in, engage, the lift is still coming from that waistband, up and lower. There's a lot of weight going through the elbow and the forearm. Try and relax the shoulders, relax the neck, extend it nice and long. And again, breath in, engage and lift and lower. If you're doing really well with this one, you might want to bring the top hand in to flow and extend up and lower and come down. And again, breath in, engage, lift. We're not going to do loads here, don't panic. We're just going to do one more if you want to. Breath in, engage, lift, lengthen, lower, control, and then come off that forearm sitting up. Shake it all out, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Well done. So we know that we're putting a lot of weight through that forearm. We know it's not ideal. Working the obliques is quite tricky to get that positioning, but it is also important to put weight bearing through the bones. Really, really important to strengthen the bones as well as the muscles, okay? So we're going to leave that side and we're going to come on to our all fours as we work on our swimming now. So making sure that we're nice and square in that box position. So don't let the back sag here, don't let it arch up. Lengthen, extend in the middle to make a nice flat back. So the important part of this exercise, that on that lovely flat back is a tray of gin and tonics, nice cool ones with cucumber in. Okay, so from here, we're going to keep that back flat. We're going to keep the torso and the hips absolutely level while we extend the legs. We're going to start with just the legs. Breath in, engage. Gently transfer the weight to 3 points as we bring one knee away, and then extend and lengthen one toe, nice and long behind us on the mat. And then draw it back in. Place it back. That's your level one. As you place it back, there shouldn't be a big rock of the hips from one side to the other. They should be staying level. Okay, and back. Your level two, once you've kept the drinks all still with that level one, is that you can bring that lift and extension. Don't dip the hips. You're going to spill. Keep it level. Keep it controlled. Place the toe back down and then draw back in. Same on the other side. Lift and extend, lengthen through, lower, and return. Let's move on to the hands then. Breath in, engage, transfer the weight to 3 points, bring the hand out, drift that fingertips forward, keep the eyes looking down. Just reach forward, but don't let the shoulder dip, keep it square. Keep those drinks in those glasses, we're going to need them in a minute. Lengthen and extend again, and return. That's your level one. And your level two, when you've got that nice and stable, is lift, lengthen, palms face inwards, and then lower back down to the floor and return. Same on the other side, lengthen, reach, lower. Now don't rush into this exercise, but if you want to, it's opposite arm, opposite leg, lengthening away. Engage, lift, lengthen, lower, return. Take your time. It's better to do just a couple of these exercises really, really well than to do lots. Slowly control and place back down. One more on each side at whichever level you want to work with. and return. Good job. Just sitting back into child's pose here. So the toes come together. The knees go as wide as they can before you fold forward and down and relax here. Allow those hips to open up from all the work from the earlier exercises and just relax down. When you're ready, coming up, and we're going to transfer to the other side. And we're going to side bend over here. Setup is really important. Make sure the feet are in a direct line with the spine. The spine is nice and straight, and then that elbow is tucked directly underneath the shoulder, forearm nice and straight, fingers spread to allow that weight to come all the way through the forearm. Shoulders, chest open, shoulders back and down. Forearm down. Don't start down here. Don't start bunched up here. Lengthen through. Open up the chest. Okay? Lengthen the neck. Breath in. Engage. Lift from that waistband. Gentle lift. And lower. So don't lift so far that you end up twisting forward. We need to keep that hip back and coming straight up and down. If you want to work with the foot engaged in the ankle of the other leg, keep the knee nice and wide and open. Do that by pushing the back nice and lengthened and long. And here we lift and lengthen and place back down. So choose the level that you want to work out. Breath in, engage. Use that engagement to lift and lower. And again, lift and lower. And again, lengthen through and lower. Last one here, lift. You might be able to feel that hip flexor on the top there from that earlier work doing its thing now. Well done. Lower down and release. Sitting up, shake it all out. Well done. Good job. We're done there. Well done. So we're coming down onto our back and we're going to work through the abs now for the last couple of exercises. So making sure you're set up, tuck those shoulder blades down underneath you, feet apart to hip distance, hands relaxed either side of you on the mat. So we're going to work a couple of the ab prep exercises and then we're going to move into the 100. You can just stick with the ab prep if you're happy at that level, or you can come with us. So as always, the important thing is to try and relax the neck and the shoulders, to allow them to curl, to let the abs here do the lifting of the neck and the shoulders and the head here. So gently place the hands onto the lower thighs. Really important that this gentle bend in the elbows stays at all time. What we don't want to do is stretch and lift with the hands, because then all the neck muscles are pulled. The hands just gently glide up and down the legs with us, just for a bit of moral support. So breath in, engage the core, engage the pelvic floor. Really going to need them here. Think about squeezing ribs to hips. Squeeze those abs to gently draw up the head and the shoulders. Look through the knees. Take a little breath in at the top. Exhale. Keep those abs squeezed until the head and shoulders are all the way back down. If you're still building strength in the abs here, you might want to release the neck each time to reset and switch off these big strong neck muscles and transfer the action to these abs. And again, breath in, engage, draw up, squeeze the abs, look through the knees. Hands gently drift up with us. Breath in at the top. It's not very big because the lungs are compressed, but it's just enough to see us back down to the mat. One more here, breath in, squeeze, lift, look through the knees, and control, don't let go, keep hold of those abs until the head is all the way down. Now we're going to move it into the 100 if you want to. If you're happy, just carry on with those ab preps rolling up and down. For the 100, we just gently roll up, we take the same position, looking through the knees, and we just shake the hands and extend them either side. There's still a soft bend in the elbow, though they're not pulling the head up, they're just here for a little bit of moral support. They're going to help us to hold, and they're going to help us to count nice and slowly, nice and carefully. If you want to extend and challenge the 100 even more, then gently draw the legs up to double leg lift, both at right angles. Breathe through here. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Squeezing those ribs towards the hips as we gently pulse the arms. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Breathe through. If at any point the neck has had enough, there's too much tension there, you can lower the head down, you can carry on with the arm pulses, and then you can come back up. Breath in, engage, and come back up when you're ready. Okay? If not, stick with it. We're nearly there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, hold the hands still. Lower the legs one at a time if the legs are raised. And then lower the head and shoulders down and relax. Draw the knees into the chest and give them a good hug. Well done. And then extend into a full body stretch. Nice and long. Oh, good job. Well done. From here, we're just going to do a little roll up. So we're just going to come up to a seated position for one last exercise, just to gently mobilize the spine before we cool down. So come towards the end of the mat with your toes and sitting up nice and tall. So we're just going to relax into the roll back, roll up here. So level 1, having the hands tucked behind the knees, shoulders are relaxed though, arms are relaxed. They're going to support, but they're not going to take over and pull. Level 2, the hands are extended either side. There's a gap of a couple of inches between the knees and the hands. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to tilt the pelvis first, then we're going to curve the spine. We're going to lay back just here, not very far, and we're just going to curve the spine back into our deck chair. Make that lovely curve and hold it here. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Breath in, engage. Draw those tummy muscles in, squeeze, and ask them to bring you back up to sitting nice and tall. And again, breath in, engage. Pelvis curls, back curls. Chin comes down slightly, shoulders are relaxed. Go back a little bit further and hold. Then when you are ready, breath in, engage, squeeze, draw back up, sitting up nice and tall at the end, lengthen through. And again, I'll show you the same with the hands behind the knees. Curl the same way. Hold, breath in, engage, and while you're building that strength up, you can use those fingertips to help you, but ultimately you want these abs to be doing all the work as you build the strength up. You can take it a little bit lower if you want to. Hold, squeeze, back up. And one more here wherever you want to be at. Pelvis first, curl the spine. Chin comes into the chest just a little. Bring it down, hover. Breath in, squeeze. Up to sitting upright, nice and tall. And then folding forward over the legs. Well done, that's the last of our exercises here. Relax forward. Well done. And then we're just going to move it into our stretches to cool down. Well done. So from here, we're moving into our mermaid stretch. So draw one foot across in front of the body. And then rather than bring the other one across, I want you to gently bring it round behind so that it's going straight back from the knee. From here, we need to sit up nice and tall. So we need to sit onto the sitting bones, extend and lengthen through the spine. If you find you're still bent over to the side, pop a block or a towel rolled up underneath the hips. That will give you a little bit more height, and that will open up that hip flexor for you a little bit more and give you that positioning. Place the fingertips on either side of the mat. So now we're all going to be little mermaids and mermen, and let the waves wash over us and stretch, and then wash away, extend in the middle. Same on the other side, stretch and reach. Make sure you're coming directly over the body, nice and straight, and extend and lengthen. One more on each side. Feel that lovely stretch all the way down those obliques that we've worked, right the way through that hip flexor, and extend and lengthen in the middle, and the same on the other side. Stretch and reach. Extend and lengthen. The knee that's facing forward, gently turn the chest to face the knee and gently fold forward. Again, it will be different for everybody, so just take your time and just hold it where you are comfortable. Here you should feel the stretch right the way through and under and up the glutes at the back, just to stretch and release that work. Just hold it here. Then sitting up nice and tall. Switch legs for me. Bring the other leg round in front and take the other leg away, directly back behind you, and then sitting up nice and tall on those sitting bones, ready to go. Stretch and reach over. And extend and lengthen in the middle, nice and tall. Over to the other side. Extend and lengthen. One more on each side. Last one here, stretch. And release. And then turn the chest to face the leg and then reach forward. Nice and gently, just as far as you are comfortable. Then sitting up nice and tall. Draw the other leg round and we're going to bring the feet together. And then we're gently going to use the hands to draw the ankles back in towards the body as far as you can comfortably. And then we're going to use the elbows to gently open up the thighs and enjoy that stretch up the inside of the legs. Try and stay sitting up nice and tall. You can lean forward if you need to increase the stretch, but don't fold down. Keep the neck nice and extended and the back lengthened. See if you can push those elbows down just a little bit more. Push forward through those hips. And release. Good job. Relax the feet so they're matching on either side so you're nice and comfortable and you can sit up nice and tall while you link the fingers and stretch and reach in front. Then lower the head and open up right the way through those shoulder blades. Head up and then hands up, stretch and reach above you. And then release, link the fingers behind you and stretch away behind. And relax there. Well done. From here, we're coming down onto our tummies, and we're going to stretch that lower spine through that cobra. So extend and lengthen the legs nice and long at hip distance. And from here, tuck the elbows in towards the side of the body, hands either side of the head. Forehead down on the mat, breath in, engage, exhale, and then gently draw up the head and the chest as far as you are comfortable. Take the shoulder blades and draw them down the back while you go. And lower down. And as we do, bring the hands under the head to make a little pillow. As we stretch out the legs for one last stretch, draw the foot up towards the bottom as far as you can, and just squeeze and hold it there. If you can, reach around for your leg into your ankle or your foot and draw it closer to the bottom to increase the stretch, then do. Either way, push the hips down into the mat to increase the stretch further. And release and extend. Same on the other side. Bring the foot directly up towards the hip and then gently draw it in closer if you need to. Pushing the hips down towards the floor. Lengthen and extend here. And from here, I want you to find a nice, comfortable position, either flat on your tummy, on your side, or on your back if you prefer. I want you to just take a moment to close your eyes, to feel all the muscles that you've worked relaxing and melting down into the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take 1 minute to totally relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, gently make your way onto your side. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly make your way onto all fours. Making sure that the knees and the feet are at hip distance before you tuck the toes under. Walk the hands back and roll back up the way we came down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lengthen the neck up and away. Arm circles to finish. Deep breath in to come up. And circle. Exhale. In to come up. Stretch and reach on your toes if you want to. And last one, stretch, reach, circle and bring the hands round to the prayer. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done, everybody. Good job.